Hello, viewers. My name is Sammy, and it's finally time to do a review on Champions Online. And now I went ahead and leveled my character to level 40. The reason I did that is because most MMO players uh, like to claim that the real game in quotation starts at the level cap. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna level this guy to 40 and just hopefully nobody's gonna have anything to argue about. I did experience the end game, but I'll get into that later. Now, the way I'll structure this review, it's my first time doing it, so hopefully you'll be lenient with me. I'm gonna talk about the good parts of the game, and then at the end, I'm gonna talk about the bad parts. Now, sadly, for this game in particular, I cannot start with the good because the bad is right at the beginning. Now, let's say you're a new player joining in, right? If if you're like me, you're on that superhero hype, right? From watching My Hero Academia or whatever, and you'd like to play a superhero MMO. So let's hit create. This is the first screen you'll see after hitting create. And this right here is the reason the game is not doing that well, in my opinion. If you're new, if you're a free-to-play guy like me, I've tried dozens of different MMOs, and let me tell you, this screen right here, it's what killed the MMO. Right here. If you're a new player and you join, and you want to make your character, and you see all the options that are locked away from you, you're gonna be like, I'm not gonna deal with this, and just leave. That's how most people will do it. And it's sad to see because I honestly believe this game has a lot to offer. And right after this part, right? Right after this part comes the best part of the game. So if the screen looked different, if let's say this looked like this, then it would be okay. But the way the game is right now, the way it starts out, the presentation of it, it's absolutely horrible. A new player will come here, they're gonna see this, all the classes that they do not have access to, and they'll be like, no, I'm not playing this, I'm not doing this. Or maybe, let's say, for the benefit of the doubt, let's say they go like, okay, yeah, some classes are locked up. How expensive can they be? Like $2, $3? Nope. A whole $10, €10. Oh, yeah, they are free for gold members. I do not want to go into it from the beginning, so that's gonna be under the cash up part of the game. So we're gonna talk about gold membership then. But again, $10, €10 to buy a class in a video game. That is insane. Players will not do this. Free to play guys like me will not do this. They will join in, see this, and then just uninstall the game without even giving it a chance. If anything has to change about the game, is this screen right here. Okay? On the same page, let's move on. Because the best part of the game comes right after the worst, which is the character creation. Now, in the character creation, you can make whatever hero you want. Okay, guys, I'm not gonna sugarcoat. You can do whatever you want. You can change whatever you want. You can plate it every color in whatever color you want. You can do any hero that you have in mind. You can create. Just look at the. Let's just randomize all for a bit, right? Let's look at the amount of variety our guy gives us, right? Like I hit here any, and then boom, boom, boom. Just the hundreds of options that you have, you can make whatever you wish for. Okay, I cannot stress this enough. The character creation in the game is absolutely stunning. Now let's like you can see some of the characters that I made, like bootleg Iron Man, giant insect dude, and night guy. But we're gonna go on our frog soldier because this is the guy we played most. And he is a free-to-play class. I did not buy any of the classes. I did put some money down because I wanted to see what the game had to offer in terms of cash. Now let's get right into it and talk about the story of the game, the beginning part of the game. Now the beginning part of the game starts with a great tutorial, honestly. It's fully voice acted, it has great cutscenes, and it does a great job explaining to you what your character is. Now, right after you finish your tutorial, you're gonna get to the powerhouse where you get to choose your first travel pod. And honestly, for a new free-to-play guy, I honestly suggest that you should go with a flight power and don't stress because at level 35, you'll get to choose a new one, okay? Now, the way the game handles its story, sadly, it does not have a main story. It does not have a main antagonist, right? It's kind of like a comic book where the superhero goes and fights different villains. You at one point you're gonna be fighting underwater, and then the next thing you know, you're getting sent to the future to fight a villain that took over, or my favorite that I experienced in the game, you get shrank down to go inside a body and stop a virus from spreading. The game has a lot of variety when it comes to its storytelling, and it has a bunch of cutscene. And in my opinion, even though the voice acting is a bit on the bad side, it does a great job at telling a story and making it feel like you're part of a comic book. Now, the second thing I love about this game is its art style. It's absolutely gorgeous. It reminds me a lot of um, Freedom Force. If anyone have ever played that, uh, it actually is a lot like Freedom Force with the way the characters look, the way the world looks, uh, the main characters of the game, the superheroes that you see running around that act as NPCs, they remind me so much of Freedom Force. That's actually insane. It has this bright look to it, you know. It's really lively, vibrant colors. It's honestly great. Now let's talk about gameplay. Gameplay is honestly fairly generic. It's top targeted combat. It's nothing new, right? A cool feature you get if you play the game and buy the premium pack, so this has to do with the cash up, sorry guys, is you get to customize the way the colors of your abilities look. That's an extra thing that I wanted to mention because I honestly believe it's pretty cool. Now, on top of your regular combat that you have available to you, there is vehicle combat, mount combat. Mounts in this game, you can equip mods to them that you get from NPCs, kind of like normal gear, and you can use your mounts, which is usually like spaceships and stuff like that, to for combat, um, which is fairly unique to this game. You can use them only on outside doors, so you cannot use them in dungeons. Speaking of dungeons, the game has a fair amount of them. It's pretty generic. They're short. They're not too long. Honestly, they're a bit too short, and there's always only one villain in the dungeon, but they get the job done. You can find a group really easily um, inside the game. Now, PvP wise, I do not see anybody playing. I've tried my hardest to get a game of PvP going, and one PlayStation, I just did quests. I didn't queue for any dungeons, and I just queued for a PvP match, and it could not find a single PvP. Now there's plenty of events going around. Uh, a great feature this game has, it's called the onslaught system, where you get to play as a villain and go around and kill heroes. Uh, Again, a lot of this stuff many players will never experience because, well, their people will not stick around after that beginning screen. And the community, right? Let's just jump into the community part of it, is actually great. I have yet to meet a single bad person in the community. These guys are really fun to be around. There's nobody who's toxic in the chat. People are helpful if you ask questions. Overall, a great community, a small community, but a great community. And if anybody who plays this game watches this video, please do not take it to heart. I honestly believe the game will do better if archetypes were made available to free-to-play players, because that's the biggest flaw this game has right now. And believe me, I really like this game. I would love for it to do well because we don't really have a lot of options when it comes to superhero MMOs. We actually only have two right now. It's Champions Online or DC Universe Online. And if you do not like one of the other, then you're stuck. You have nothing to play. You could go around and mess with Ship of Heroes, but that's not out yet. So until that comes out, this is what we have. And it could be so much better if the publisher would work out. Now, let's talk about the bad. And the bad comes in the form of the cash up. Now, the cash up is absolutely horrendous in this game. It's disgusting, to say the least. Um, let's talk about what should we talk about first? Let's talk about loot boxes. Yes, the game has loot boxes. While playing the game from level 1 to 40, I managed to gather over 300 loot boxes. I'm not joking. 300 loot boxes. And if you're like me, you might think, hey, there must be a way to obtain keys to open these loot boxes in game. There is. You can buy them off the auction house from other players who have played them, but they go at around 1000 gold, which is an insane amount that free to play players who have not bought the premium pack like I have. I forgot to mention this. I did in another video, but whatever. I did buy the premium pack, which increased the amount of gold I could gather. But as a free to play guy, I believe the maximum is 500, which means you couldn't even afford the keys. Now, how much does the key cost in IRL money, in Zen? Because they use currency, they don't tell you exactly how much it costs. It's roughly $1. Now, think about that for a second. I gathered over 300 loot boxes, different ones. They all use the same key. Don't worry, they all use the same key, but $1 for a key. $1 for a single key. That's $300. Let's say if I wanted to open all of them, it's $300. It's absolute insanity. It's stupid if you think about it. And I hope to God the community does not defend this, because this is not helpful to the game. Loot boxes are such a pain in the ass. And look, these are just loot boxes right here. All of them are different. All of them contain what you'd expect: cosmetics, mounts, the usual. But $1 per key, I am paying that. Now, another thing you can find in this cash shop that I think is disgusting: classes. As I talked in the beginning of the game, I brought it up again. You can buy the classes and unlock them. A bunch of them are locked off. That is to say, most of them are blocked off. And let me tell you this: I will not be paying $10 for a class. Nobody will. No one will pay you $10 to buy a class to go and level again. It's not gonna happen, Cryptic. It's not going to happen. And it's sad to see that this is here, because the game could do a lot better without. Again, travel forms. This is just cosmetic to your original travel forms. Now, travel forms are basically the mounts of the game, right? You get them, you get a bunch of them for free, and honestly, the rest of them are just cosmetics of existing ones, so you don't have to worry too much about them. However, another feature that is locked away is it's the freeform feature. Now, if you don't know what this is, if you're new to the play, you won't. It's a way for you to basically create your own class. You can go ahead and just make your own class. You can pick and choose for whatever stats you want to have. You can pick and choose from all the powers of every single archetypes and just combine it into one. You can't have every power, but in the limited amount. Like my character right now has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 abilities on his bar that he can use. Now you can choose 12 abilities from any class you want and combine it into one. You can be a robot that uses magic and fucking shoots a rocket out of his back. And again, to access this, it's $30, 30 euros, whatever. 3,000 Zen, it's $30. Again, a great feature of the game. It would offer a lot of replay value, and it is locked away, which is sad to see. Now, honestly, the way the game is right now, I'm gonna give you my honest opinion about it. I would say give it a try. Honestly, even with all the bad, it's free to play. You can download it for free, and in my opinion, it is worth just to go into character creation and just have fun making whatever character you want. However, I cannot recommend it as a long-term game because the developer of this game or the publisher, the guys who are in control of marketing and the cash up, are absolute trash. And unless they do, they decide to change the beginning part of the game and the way they handle archetypes, um, the game will have no future. Once the new big superhero thing, which is looking to be Ship of Heroes, launches, this game will be dead. And right now, you know, it's already a small community, but it's a good one, and it could get a boost. No, I'm Zami. This has been a review of Champions Online. I hope people enjoyed it and hope you make up your mind. I'll see you on the next one.